What would you think the position is now? Do you think it's improved? Do you think it's gone backwards?
I think it's changed. To say it's improved or it's gone backwards, I'm not really sure. Some of the things we put in place back in the late 90s have come to fruition. We have better education in schools. There are more places for treatment in hospitals. There are more treatment programs. I think on the international front, there's a recognition that drugs is a strategic issue for countries rather than a domestic issue to be dealt with by the police forces. So in some ways it's improved. In other ways I think it has deteriorated in that all of the educational programs we put in place have not been taken up. All of the treatment we recommended should be paid for has not been paid for. And the coordinated approach that was created back in 98 of all of the agencies and all of the departments of government working together has gone. My job was to coordinate 16 departments of state, and I had the power and authority of the Prime Minister to do that because I reported directly to the Prime Minister. That created all sorts of problems for individual ministers and for departments of state who saw their authority being eroded by this outsider. So the minute I left, the budgets which had been centralised went back to each of the departments. The people who worked directly for me went back to departments. The performance indicators, which were corporate and government, went back to be individual performance indicators. So in that regard, I'd say we've gone back because people in government have entrenched to where they were before we started the new scheme in 98.
And if you had your time again now, what would you do in the short term? Maybe even in the longer term?
In government, do you mean?
Yes, if you were the drug czar, you were appointed today, what would you do?
I wouldn't want the job again. I think once doing it is enough. I don't think I'd do anything different other than I'd perhaps be more forceful. My remit was working directly to the Prime Minister, and I had his authority. However, because he was busy with Northern Ireland, I probably saw him once a month. I didn't trouble him with some of the issues I had with individual ministers, issues I had with civil servants, who were all fratching for their own power and all trying to get shot at me by media, negative media stuff, by having a go at me, by negative briefing of the press, and actually by entrenching and trying to maintain their own independence. What perhaps I would have done, and what I would do now, is be much more powerful in terms of using the authority I had. I wear authority quite lightly, and therefore I didn't want to trouble them. I think now, probably looking back, I should have troubled them and I should have hit them harder.